All right, party people, it is Thursday. Kind of splinter. I think it's Thursday. It's 6 o'clock, which means it's time to go home. I start cleaning up around 6. I have a million things to do, and I decided it'd be a good idea to also redo my tube end. I never had a tube end. I just kind of like made tubes off of the original structure, but because of the 2F performance fenders, these stick out way over here, and we want it to be like way in here and then stop about here, which will give us a giant gap to, you know, not flip the car if we hit the car into a wall. It's a lot of work, but I have the material. I have 1/2 inch, 1.5 by 1.5 square tubing, 0.8 or 1/8 inch thick, which is 125. So that should be plenty strong for this back here. It's thicker than what's currently in the car. So, and if we need to, we can do some kind of bracing if we need to. The battery is gonna sit, so the oil cooler is gonna sit kind of up here, straight down, and then the battery will sit under it, and then the AccuSump will still go down here. I took everything out because I decided to do this last minute. So yeah, it's Thursday. I also looked at getting my seat in the car. It's still pretty high, so I might add another thing onto my list and cut the cat hump out. So yeah, it sounds like Heather might come help me tomorrow, start getting the vinyl off of the car. We ended up, I'm losing a whole week of time because of the surprise that I have coming up announcement. Once I find out, actually by the time this comes out, I probably will be able to say something because it'll be that Sunday when I leave. So, but yeah, so we'll get the fuel cell out hopefully tomorrow and then start chopping. I think the fuel cell is going to stay exactly where it is because I wanted to lower it, but it's just going to cause a little bit more headache than it's worth at this point. And it's above the axles right now. It can be a little bit lower, but from what I've read, as close to above the axles as you can get with weight is the best. So I'm going to close this up right now, get this fender. I don't know if I showed this, but this is, if you can see, this is how cut the rear of the car is. So basically this will be the end of the car permanently. There won't be any structure back here. And I think we're going to do some kind of tube that comes off and goes this way. So cover the car up and check back in tomorrow. Okay, go ahead. So slidey. I haven't been filming anything, but we're cutting the rear of the car off. So. cut the fuel cell off. Because even if I don't end up moving it, I can just weld it back on. All right, so this is where we're ending off. This is, so these are the frame rails that got cut. This is probably gonna stay here, just because I think it's the easiest way to get the fuel cell out if we need to, even though I guess we never really need to. When I think about this again, but if we leave this here, the oil cooler will go right here, and then the AccuSump will go right here, probably on this side, and the battery will go next to it. Frame rails will only come out probably 13 inches. So, made a mess. Old seat, everything, fuel cell. There's stuff everywhere. Hopefully we have this back to normal relatively soon. So, check back tomorrow. Today's Friday, so check back tomorrow, Saturday. All right, party people, it is Saturday. Heather is filming for me. She's been helping me all day. Heather was supposed to also come and help me film, and then I forgot till just now to ask her to. So we cut the rear end off yesterday, which I believe I showed. I welded this tube on first, this tube and this tube, and it was really flimsy because we couldn't really weld up here. So I tried to weld through and cut off this sheet metal to weld through, and it still wasn't very strong. So we cut this tube and this tube down here. They're thinner metal. They're like, this is, I think, 125, which is like an 1/8 inch, and this is 16th, but it's way stronger now. That's simulating, you know, driving. I ended up leaving the fuel cell here because moving it back here was just, it didn't make a lot of sense. The battery that we use from Optima is about the same weight as the fuel cell, so we didn't really need to. Plus this full of oil, plus the AccuSump full of oil is probably about the same weight as just the fuel cell by itself back here. So this is the battery mount. This is the oil cooler down here now. We gotta make some shims, but it'll be pretty cool. The AccuSump, which we blew up sometime last year, I don't know when, is gonna go right about here. So we'll get that mounted up. And then the last thing that I didn't forget about, but I may have slightly not left space for it, is my oil filter relocator, which might go right in here, or maybe we'll make a bracket or something. I don't know yet. Maybe it'll go out here. Doesn't that look nice out there? Okay, so that was, you know, didn't show you guys a lot of stuff, but I'll try to film a little bit more today on what else we're doing. But yeah. All right, party people. So this is our new rear structure. This is the new battery mount, the new oil cooler mount under here, and it goes directly into the oil filter. So this is the inlet for from the engine. So we'll have a 90 or a U on here, and then on this end right here we have a 90, which is going to go into the AccuSump. Let's try to take it down here. The AccuSump is going to get mounted in here, but I need a coupling, female to female coupling, which is on its way, or it's actually at my house. I'm at my dad's house right now, so we have a good amount of room for non-crashing. The plan is to put a bar right here that comes off and then just kind of angles this way, so that it's a thinner tube. Neighbors are coming. Heather took the hood wrap off, which is nice. It's crazy in the garage, so I won't show you too much, but she's right there. She's leaving soon to go take care of our dog. But yeah, so everything is welded up. This is for grounds and not an accident that I put something in the wrong spot. We still need to make caps for here and for the other side, but for the most part, it's done. So I'm gonna just clean up a few things, weld a few things up. She's gonna head home, take care of him, then I'll be home, and yeah, check back in probably later today before I leave, or tomorrow. Today is Saturday. As always, I have forgotten to film anything, but I'm kind of on a time crunch today. We're gonna do some errands with Heather. It's Sunday, the 5th. I whipped this little plate up this morning. You can see I'm 6'2", so I've always hit my head, and finally I decided to fix that issue. So I just whipped this thing up real quick. It's not super complicated. I just bent a piece of cardboard in there to get the rough shape, and then bent it with a finger brake, kind of like in 5 steps. I mean, I just eyeballed it, honestly, and bent it on this lip to get it a little bit better. So yeah, I'll show you guys. I'm just finishing welding. It's really smoky, so I'm taking a break for a couple seconds, and then I'll get back in there and I'll show you guys when we're done welding it up. All right, party people, there it is. It's all welded in. My side shift dog box is this kind of cranky, janky mess, so I'm leaving this like this for now. I have a piece that covers it, but I'm hoping to do some kind of metal that comes up here and bends in. It'd be nice to be able to take my transmission out without taking anything off in here, but because this is so high, there's no way. So I make a piece that comes up out of metal. This time it was out of aluminum last time, and then we'll put some riv nuts in here and we'll bolt it in, and it should be good. So I probably will start cleaning up, and yeah, I'll check back in before I leave this time. Well, I'm sitting here at work about to start finishing up the video and realized that I did not check back in. So it's Monday. We're gonna try to get on the Monday schedule for posting. So I'll post that up today. I think, or our new roof should be coming, because the one that we have from when we flipped the car is kind of still collapsed, and it was the sunroof, so it doesn't look good. We have a slick top coming, so that'll be good. And this week, should be working on potentially bending some tubing, getting finalization of all of our stickers, designs, and everything with our new sponsors on there. And yeah, so thank you guys for watching if you watched. I will see you next Monday, and